I started dropshipping when I was around 15 or 16 years old. At the time I didn't really take it seriously. I was messing around, but around November 2023, right before Christmas, I decided to take it seriously. First store wasn't really anything special. I ran organic social media, mostly YouTube. I also posted on Instagram, but the videos I posted kind of worked better on YouTube for some reason. The first channel didn't really go viral, but I got my first kind of real sales. I think I made around $1,000 by the end of the store, and it was a very cheap product. It was a mini pistol, like mini fidget toy, and it was under $20. So it was an easy impulse buy. That's why I also think it kind of worked without the channel going viral, because the people like it was under $20. So, and it was like a more of a wow factor. It didn't really solve any problem, but that was the first time I saw any real proof with my dropshipping journey. After Christmas, the channel died, of course, so I decided to start a new channel with a new product. And this time actually the channel took off relatively fast. Like in a couple of weeks I got it running up to a couple million views. So even though we got a couple million views on that channel, we didn't really generate that much in revenue, because you will think like if I had a little bit of views on this channel and I got some sales, like $1,000 worth of sales with a product under $20, imagine what I could get with a couple million views. So that's what I thought as well, but it didn't generate that many sales. I think also it was because the timing of the store. Like for example, my previous store was before December. So before December, you have Black Friday, and you also have Christmas. So Q4, as people call it, is one of the strongest months in e-commerce, because more people are buying and more people are advertising their products to customers. So that's why I think it did better. And also because the other products didn't really solve any problem as well. It was more of like a wow factor, and it costed around double. It was double the price of the previous product. It was around $30 compared to $20. Actually under $20. A couple of months later though, the channel got banned, and I want to be honest why. I stole some content from some other kids and they striked me. Fair enough. But I also want to be very honest with you guys, because some of you guys haven't really started with this dropshipping journey, and 99% of people in this business steal content from other people. So I will suggest you guys to do the opposite and try and create your own original content. It's more time consuming, and also it costs a lot more, because if you don't really have any UGC or good marketing skills, you have to pay someone else to create these creatives for you. But it's way more branded, and you actually feel like you're building something real other than just stealing content. So the benefit of why people steal content is, just as I said, it costs way less, and you can actually test a product way easier and way faster and with way less money. So it's like a no-brainer for most people, and I don't really care if you do that. I'm just telling you guys how it goes on, because I didn't really know this either. I thought like everyone makes their own content until I began this journey, and so that everybody was stealing content from left and right. But when the channel died, I wasn't very angry. I was more like ashamed and sad, because I had a really had a really, I was really proud of myself because it like I think it was like 49 days. In 49 days, I grew a channel to like 5k subscribers, YouTube channel of course, and to like 5 million views or something. So I kind of felt like there was a very big opportunity for me right there, that I could have gotten a lot more sales and etc. But yeah, I just kind of moved on. After that, I was kind of hopeless, and I just went to YouTube and tried to find some answers. And I just saw every guru and everyone doing paid ads, so I thought like maybe that's the way for me too. But I had a problem. Since I was going to high school and I didn't have a job, I also didn't have money, so I couldn't really do any paid ads. So I started sending like my CV or like job applications, like almost 5 or maybe sometimes even more. So I was sending about like 5, let's say, every day, for a couple of weeks or even months. Yeah, it was a couple of months because I started looking for a job around December or January after the second store died off, and I landed my first job or part-time job in April, I think. And that's what allowed me to start with paid ads. I started with TikTok ads because that was the wave back then, or at least it seemed like it. But I still remember the first time I opened like my the TikTok ads manager or the meta manager also, for the first time. It literally felt like a pilot cockpit. So at the same time though, I understood the metrics very quickly. It's not rocket science. And I also realized that paid ads are way less consuming, but they are way more expensive. And that's why I don't like when people say, yeah, you can start dropshipping with like $100 or even with zero, because you can't. Or you can start with $0 if you start with organic, but that will take you like way longer than people make it seem like. And yeah, you have no chance of starting dropshipping with $100, $200, $300, even $500. You need to have an income, a steady income, let's say $500, $1,000. I don't know which country you guys are watching from. I will recommend you guys to find a job first with any business. So let's say it doesn't have to be dropshipping. If you want to start a business, you need to have some income. It will help you and you just need it. But anyways, after I started messing around with paid ads on myself, I kinda fell on this trap that I bought a course or a mentorship, as he calls it, from a guy called Anthony Eclipse. I didn't buy it because I was stupid, but because I wanted someone to point me in the right direction. And I even asked the sales guy, like, if I don't find the winning product, will I get a refund? So I asked him and he said, like, obviously, yeah. That's what made me say, like, fuck it. It felt like I had nothing to lose, so I just kinda went in. But as you guys can assume, I never found a winning product, of course, and I never also got a refund. I could make a whole separate video on this if you guys want, but I won't go anything deeper on this. I sent a message to him, to Anthony, and I didn't really like the reply. It was very arrogant, should I say? Yeah, so if you guys want a separate video on this, let me know. But I won't stay here and say that this mentorship is like the worst thing you can buy. Of course not. It did help me in some ways. I learned how meta ads work, of course, and what to kind of look for in the products. But I didn't like that he was promoting this like pump and dump dropshipping, if you guys understand what I mean. It's like you find a product, you scale it, like let's say 10, 20, 50, 100k, and when the product slowly dies down, you just kind of drop it and move on to the next. And that's okay for maybe over people, but for me, I'm here for the longevity. I want to build a product, a real brand, something I can take to the next level and maybe sell. So that's what I didn't like. It felt like a pump and dump dropshipping, not building a real brand. And all of this branded dropshipping bullshit you see is like, it's basically the same thing. They are promoting the same thing. Branded dropshipping is just having a nice website, making it look branded, but it's not a branded product. Doing branded dropshipping, they kind of sell you the idea of building a real brand, but you're not doing that. You're just making your website look better and making it look custom and making it look that you don't dropship, but you are dropshipping and you are doing everything else as every other dropshipper. So what's the difference? Only the website. So yeah, I will also advise you guys to not do this pump and dump. Maybe in the start you need a pump and dump. You need to do it with one product so you get some money in, and then do scale a real product and selling that store, for example. I don't know. But by December 24, I had lost over $5,000 on the course, on ads, products costs. And what really hurt me, it was like I was waking up at 5:30 in the morning, going to my electrical apprentice job, and then coming home, eating, going to the gym, and then coming back and spending all of my rest time on this dropshipping journey and the mentorship. And it kind of like hurt me that it didn't really work, because I actually with my all I put all of my energy, all of my time into this, and it kind of hurt me. I did this for like over 6 months straight. Like, I'm not kidding you. It felt like I was a robot, and I got depressed, because I was like, yeah, it also motivated me. Like, it told me, yeah, it's not over yet, and I understood that, but it was like I spent 6 months doing basically everything they are doing, and it didn't work for me. And I just didn't understand, so it felt like I was chasing shortcuts, but at the same time also was doing everything that the other people in the group were doing. So I don't know if I'm quitting with dropshipping, but if you're watching this, just know that this shit is not easy, and be prepared to lose a lot of money. And a course from anyone will not save you. It's at the end of the day, you are responsible for your own actions, and if you succeed in this world, is only dependent on you.